Welcome to the beach in Santa Barbara. Today, I'm a lucky guy because I get to test Subaru's first ever all-electric, all-wheel drive Solterra. This is their first all-electric vehicle, and it's also capable of taking your family on an off-road adventure, co-developed with Toyota and their BZ4X. But is it wildly different? Let's get it on the road and on the track and find out. And when I say track, I mean off-road track.
Subaru have the honor of having created the first adventure off-road all-wheel drive purpose-built electric vehicle in America. The company have long been a favorite of outdoor lovers and those that love summer and winter sports.
Now, Subaru have given us the chance to come to Catalina Island and drive the Solterra on some gravelly roads, which is probably as much as you do as a consumer. The first thing you notice is, apart from the road noise, it's fairly quiet driving and fairly gravelly, a little bumpy. But the cool thing is it has 8.3 inches of ground clearance. So some of those bumps, some of those humps, some of those logs that you'd find on your weekend warrior adventure, no problem for this electric all-wheel drive vehicle.
Symmetrical all-wheel drive comes standard, as does X mode, that gives you hill ascent and hill descent assist, which you may not use very often, but when you get to difficult conditions, it will be very useful.
One of the things we have noticed in this vehicle is the noise, vibration, and harshness. There is minimal wind noise out of this vehicle and minimal tire noise, and that isn't necessarily true in a lot of the vehicles in this class. In fact, I own an electric vehicle, and I will say Subaru have done a great job with this, because I am hearing less wind and tire noise than I am in my own vehicle.
The Solterra has more standard torque than the VW ID.4 and the Mazda CX-30 EV, and it has better ground clearance than the Tesla Model Y and the Mustang Mach-E.
Inside of the car, what you might expect from a Subaru, a standard 8-inch screen. Upper trim levels get a 12.3-inch screen, but you'll find there is no home button on the 12.3-inch screen, and the gauge cluster in front of the driver does impede a little bit into the windshield, and you'll find, depending on your seating position, you have a hard time seeing the bottom of that gauge cluster. You have to actually move your seat up or the steering wheel down, so visuals aren't as good as the other Subarus on the market.
On the inside, it does have 126 cubic feet of room, which is more than the Mustang Mach-E. I like the glass roof and rear flat floor. They made the 30.3 feet of cargo volume, low-loading floor, so family pets could just jump right in. And they put animal-friendly materials on the inside.
Subaru projecting 220 miles on a single charge of the Solterra and a 80% charge in under an hour on a level 2 DC fast charger. And with most Americans doing a commute of under 20 miles, that should be sufficient on this vehicle. However, if you do road trips, it may be a little low for the mileage.
Safety is a big deal for Subaru, with the available 360-degree camera and standard eyesight, heads-up, and a long list of standard and available safety features. The Solterra gets a huge number of impressive options. Full LCD gauge cluster, cloud-based navigation, Hey Subaru voice assistant, and they're just some of the features that got my attention.
Now, Subaru still has a good majority of their federal tax credits available, but a lot of companies have already exhausted them, like General Motors and Tesla, and some are just about to exhaust theirs. So these vehicles are heading to showrooms as we speak, and those federal tax credits still available on the Solterra.
I'm Nick Miles.